except Egypt there got a little too far away, and that was actually witnessed by a Lufthansa pilot behind them. The plane was actually hit in the tail section by a missile and started down. And what happens, if you know about jumbo jet airliners, when a plane goes out of control, you turn off the engines and restart them. That's why they turned off the engines. He wasn't committing suicide. So he turned off the engines and restarted them, and then the plane started back up. And when it reached a certain point, the Lufthansa pilot reported a missile blew it up out of the air. Gone. Now, if you were a pilot and you happened to be Muslim and you were flying a plane that was starting to crash, wouldn't you pray to Allah? Wouldn't you say, God help me? That's what he did. He wasn't committing suicide. In fact, he called his wife before he left, and he said, tell my son to meet me at the airport. I have brought tires for the truck, and I need help bringing them back home. Why would he call if he was going to commit suicide? Now, that plane originated in Los Angeles. It stopped in an Air Force base in the desert, and 33 Egyptian military personnel got on that plane before it went to New York. And when it got to New York, only one person got off. And the person who got off was a grief counselor. He was the only one that got off. And then they let the passengers on. The reason the plane was delayed arriving was because it made an unscheduled stop in an Air Force base. And you know the rest of the story. That's what happened with that aircraft, and that is why there are no bodies. Because it was obliterated. And they never brought wreckage up. Because it was gone. More to that story. No time to do that right now. And so I understand that all of this might make you feel unsettled. How do you feel about all of this?
What do we do? What do we do?
Well, that's...
New Zealand?
Oh, you wouldn't want to go to New Zealand.
Why not?
In fact, they just had a big earthquake. And New Zealand and Australia are absolutely under CIA control like this. And I will tell you, what are you supposed to do? Well, after some of the lectures, I used to end at this point. You know, when I see people crying, I figure it's time to get out. But that's not the point. The point isn't to instill fear, and the point isn't to make you upset, although it's good if you feel that. Because otherwise you'll do nothing. You'll be the blind sheep, the sheeple, as David Icke calls you. And so the point is, and here's a big point, and I hope you listen carefully, none of this would happen if it were not for the victimization mentality of humanity that attracts the oppressors and the tyrants. You receive in life and create in life what you project out. The mind is everything. If you have fear and you feel like a victim, then you will be a victim. If you remove the victimization mentality, then none of this can happen. If tomorrow morning all 6.3 billion people on the world woke up and had eliminated their mind patterns of victimization, the Illuminati would go away. They would, because they would have no one to be oppressing. But that is not likely to happen. Is it possible? Yes, anything is possible. Is it likely? No. In fact, I don't think it will happen for quite a number of years. But you have to start somewhere. Each one of you is individually responsible for being part of the collective. And so if each one of you works on eliminating the victimization mentality, and you teach that to others, like the commercial says, and so on, eventually it will reach a critical mass that will spill over to the others, and then this will come to an end. But that's up to each individual. You're not going to win with violence. You're not going to win with committing suicide. You're not going to win with fear. But you will win with analyzing who and what you are and becoming that. And that's hopefully what I teach in my seminars and in my lectures when I do healing techniques and mind pattern analysis and in the Healer's Handbook. This is what I'm trying to get across to everybody. Human beings use less than 10% of their brain capacity. That's 90% of your brain you're not using. Imagine what you can do if you open up even a portion of that. That's what I'm asking you to do. Open up the part of your brain you're not using and eliminate the negativity in the parts you are using. And then all of this will turn around. So people ask, who's the hope? Every single one of you. Are there space brothers coming to save us? No. That's all an illusion. That's all disinformation designed to make you think if you do nothing and wait long enough, you'll be rescued. But by the time you realize you've been an idiot, it's too late. Remember that scene in Independence Day movie when all the New Age people are on the rooftop at the UFO saying, "Welcome, Space Brothers, open the door and let us in." And the doors open up and they're cheering, and then the first one's blasted away. And that's a message to all of you. You had a question.
There are what, 20, 25 people in this room. How many people is it actually going to take to slow this down or stop it?
It's going to take over 50% of the Earth's population.
Throughout history, there are times when large groups of people, the consciousness winks open. Maybe during the time of Jesus, Muhammad, there are other times throughout history. You get large numbers of people who will open up their consciousness, and depending on what's put in, will depend how the planet goes.
Mm-hmm.
Is one of these times coming now too? Would this be part of the synchronicity with what the Illuminati's trying to do?
Let me explain something to you about that. There is no special time to do this. It could have been done 10,000 years ago. It could have been done yesterday. It could be done right now. It's up to each person. There is no special time when there is a mass illumination of energy. That's New Age disinformation. And you'll notice you'll get emails every now and then, or you'll get brochures that'll say, on this and this day at 6 o'clock, if everybody in the world tunes into the Christ consciousness, all the Taliban will go away, and all the aliens will go away, and we'll be free. Well, who wrote that? That's NSA. That's targeting people to form group consciousness at a certain time so that they know when to target and enter in false information. All channeling is from satellite transmission. All of it. And those of you who think otherwise are going to be sadly led into a path of destruction. They've thought of everything. They have devices, video devices, that can take you and put you next to Osama bin Laden and have words coming out of your mouth supporting him. That's right. They can put transmissions into your brain that make you think it's your thought when it's coming from a microwave tower. They have thought of everything. They're not stupid. They're quite brilliant. And they're winning. Why do you think Bush has that little smirky smile all the time? Like he's hiding something. He's hiding something and you're so stupid because you don't get it. Plus the fact he's kind of dumb. That's what's going on. It can be considered scary, or you can consider it an opportunity to change yourself. Yourself, not him. People tell me, can't we all just pray for them and send them love? Well, love is an energy. I can love you unconditionally, or I can love you to death. It's like this marker. I can draw beautiful artwork on the board with it, or I can draw all over you. Same marker, different intent. Energy, what are you going to do with it? Energy is energy. It's how you direct it. God-mind does not intervene. There is no such thing as divine intervention. God-mind is neutral. It allows all things. That's why how it knows itself. That's why you have free will. You want to burn yourself up in a fire? God-mind will let you do that. You want to become a holy man, live on a mountain? God-mind will let you do that. Free will.
From happening, you won't learn.
It comes from your own oversoul and your own mind pattern within that oversoul. That's what directs the God-mind energy. Free will. Okay, we're running out of time. So